just, I mean, okay, we just gonna move this out the way. What's up, y'all? It's DJ Black Soldier with the BS2U YouTube channel. And first off, let me get this thing off. You know, these are the times, these are the habits. I am premiering the unboxing for the first time ever, Chicagoland area, the Chauvet Nimbus low-lying fog machine. And as you can see, this thing is pretty big. So it's a lot to see, and I'm gonna take my time kind of stepping through it so you can get a full observation of what it is and what it looks like. Fresh out the box, brand new. But the reason I chose this one is because it's actually kind of one of the most compact ones. They have some pretty big ones out there. And if you're driving an SUV or a smaller truck like myself, you might need something a little slimmer to move around a little more swiftly and be able to fit all the rest of your gear. First off, I guess there's two different versions. So far, I have the item code at the top one, and then there's another one, no check mark, so I'm guessing I just have that one. But this thing is about 24 by 24 by 24. I've been doing eBay, so I'm pretty good at reading boxes. Okay, now that I got my scissors, I'm gonna go ahead and get this thing open for the first time. Cutting the tape. Feels so good. Let's see. So I'm just gonna lift and load. Okay, now that I really get to see this thing out the box, I'm happy. I thought it was way bigger than this. That box is very intimidating. But as you can see, brand new, got the Nimbus cards and goodies and manuals for reference, which I will be using, because I'm no fool. This is new to me. And if it's new to you, I highly recommend you kind of reviewing not only the manual, but tutorial videos on how to use this thing. But fresh out the box, real clean, all black, you know, other than the lettering and the lights. So it's real easy to hide and be incognito. Fresh out the plastic. Woo. Look at that cannon. This thing. Woo. It's a beauty. I might have to hold that plastic till I get a nice fancy cover. But for the meantime, once again, you get all your instruction manuals, a power cable to connect this thing straight to the wall, and plenty of cushion, I guess, if you want to keep that. But let me get y'all a close up. Real clean, real clean. The Chauvet Nimbus low-lying fog dry ice machine. I gotta get away from that fog word, because venues do not like it. And the reason I got this thing is because it won't rise to the top of the ceilings and cause you to have to set alarms off. So that's the whole goal of this, is to not have to cause fire alarm panics. And this is the loading cooler for the water and the ice. So you put, it's real simple, but it's really important that you do it right. This thing only takes dry ice, not regular ice. Don't go with a bag of ice from the corner store. It has to be dry ice and water. Water first, and then the dry ice. This thing, you know, it's pretty spacious. I didn't think the ice thing would be that big, but, you know, as long as it does the job right, I'm happy. And once again, this thing is really clean. That's the lever, I'm assuming, to choose the different outputs of the fog. It's a lot of cables here, which is real important because this thing is pretty much a boiler with the water. So you have to be real careful with your cables and making sure when they are plugged and they're not plugged, you're doing it the right way. But once again, this is the cannon. That's where all that fun stuff is gonna come from. And I'm just hoping, because it's a little residue on the inside, that is just an effect of the walls, because this thing's supposed to be brand new. Don't make me write in on y'all. So this is really just the unboxing right here for the first video. Here's a close-up of all the specifics to the model and anything y'all might have wanted to know. Those are the two lights. One's for the heater on, one's for the ready, which I'm guessing ready means drop that ice in. Because once you pull the lever, the ice tray falls, it submerges, and then you get this beautiful fog that just covers from the knees down. It really sets the vibe and tone, and a lot of weddings have been requesting this machine, so that's why I got it. It's pretty costly, but I'm pretty confident in the new year with all the return to weddings that things will pick up very soon and drastically, and I'm happy about that. So let's get a little more insight in what's in the paperwork. But once again, this is the Nimbus by Chauvet, and I'm excited about it. Black Soldier premiere, world premiere. Quick reference guide. They say quick, but this thing feel like it's about 30-40 pages. I don't know about that. Quick. Oh, it's a few different languages. I get it now. So if you speak other languages, that might be resourceful. But if not, I think you just got 4 or 5 pages. A few things that you should get as you buy this, which I'm going to go ahead and grab before we demonstrate it. Gloves. You need some type of gloves that work well with freezers and coolers, since you're really just going to be handling this thing with your hands in the dry ice. Also, this doesn't come with the cart. You need some type of cart. They do make a cart for this. It's a bit costly, but if you want it, you know, I'm sure they'll come back to you if you invest in it. But for now, I'm going to explore my options. And the key thing that you really need to find, which isn't as easy to find as I thought it would be, dry ice, dry ice, dry ice. I live in the suburbs of Chicago, so it's kind of hard finding dry ice unless you know the right places to go to. If y'all have some recommendations, I'm full ears, but for now, I think Myers is the closest store that I know that sells dry ice, and it's not cheap. So when you're selling this thing and telling people to add it to their packages, don't cheat yourself just because you have it or that you find it for a decent price, because it's a lot of maintenance and work to go into this. Also, another thing, you really need to make sure you grab a cooler. Cooler. You need a cooler, one that does not lock the lid, because if you lock the lid, this thing, the pressure of dry ice could explode. We're going to get into that a little bit more inside the demonstration, but for now, it's DJ Black Soldier with the Nimbus Chauvet unboxing. Alright y'all, so I just picked up my dry ice and as well a few other things that you're going to need. So for those who've never worked with dry ice, I want to show y'all a few things I had to pick up on and why they're so important before we get started. But, you know, since I got a little time, I'm going to go ahead and get this water heated up, and then I'm going to show y'all what I'm working with, alright? I like mixing water with electric.
So that's basically a big ass bowl.
You give me a towel. I got some little black towels in that closet over there. Okay, so I just loaded this thing with some water. For starters, it takes about 5 gallons of water to get this thing heated up, in which I did that. And for preference, you need 2 buckets if you're going to be at a venue, just because it makes it easier to carry and balance. You need a cooler. It's a soft bag cooler, but what I like about this Titan bag is You can keep ice in here for about 2 days and it should be straight. But I got a pot over here because the ice is sold in bulk in blocks. So you can buy ice by the pellets, which is very hard to find, or you can grab a sledgehammer and use that to break up your ice. And as you see, I got gloves. Very important. Gloves are a key item. Gloves, scooper, sledgehammer. And you wondering why I got an engine funnel here. It's like, dude, you're running the water through a funnel? Well, I've learned a little valuable tip. You should have a funnel because most venues, they don't have sinks made for these big old buckets you see over here. So you need to actually have a funnel. So when you're at banquet halls and you're filling the buckets, it's more easier and comfortable. And you can fill the water up easier, whatever you want to call it. And then this dry mop. Don't get a, fancy string mop or ringable, all that mop. You just need a nice little mop that they use in NBA, when they sweating on the court, running up and down the court to easily dry in case you get moisture. But this thing isn't supposed to accumulate much moisture, but I'm testing it for the first time, so we're going to see what happens. And just to be safe and secure and insured, grab you a mop. Now, all this stuff you can find at your local Walmart, convenience store, hardware store, whatever. But just do it safely, y'all. So let me get back to the demonstration part. Now, looking at this Nimbus, you see you got that light right there? Heater on. Yeah, it's heating up. And then when it's ready, the green light will turn on. And that's when you know it's time to drop your ice in. So they say this takes about 30 minutes to heat up with cool water. I put in Luke right in the middle of warm and cold. So we're going to see how long it takes. So far, it's been about 5 minutes. It's not ready, but we'll see. In the meantime, I'm going to go ahead and break this ice up. Ooh. So I got my gloves here. I already pulled the dry ice out the bag. I'm going to keep it in a bag just because I got to break up the ice. But it's also wise to have goggles because the ice can fly all over the place. But thankfully, since it's in a bag, double bag, and I got a sledgehammer, I should be straight. If not, see y'all at the hospital. Right? But let's get this broken up. Okay. Oh, another fun fact. Going to the dry ice store, I learned from my distributor, you don't want to store this stuff in your regular fridge because it could mess up the conditioner in the freezer, therefore ruining your freezer. So I'm not putting this in my regular fridge, just in the cooler. If I don't use it, it's a waste. At the earliest, get it 24 hours, keep it in the cooler, in the car, in the garage, somewhere nice and cool that you don't have to worry about air issues, because this stuff is kind of a chemical and a hazardous chemical. But that's why you got to use it right, and you can't leave it out. Just a fun fact. So 24 hours before your event, and store it somewhere safely. Alright, so now I'm going to dump it in my cooler. It's getting a little foggy, y'all. That's good though. So this thing takes 10 pounds of ice. I only got 5 today, just because I'm testing it. So now I want to just test my cooler. Ooh, you heard that? This metal is whistling because it's that cold. Let's get a closer look at this ice bag. Oh no, another tip. Don't ever do this. I tweaked. But thankfully I caught it early. Don't leave your scooper in the cooler because it can become frozen and then break or be too much to handle. So leave that separate. So I'm still waiting on this Nimbus to warm up. It's been about 10 going on 15 minutes. So let's give it a little more time. right, y'all. It's the moment of truth. Almost about 40 minutes for this thing to warm up. But I got the ready light on now. Dry ice crushed up. Just gotta load it in. And make sure your lever is on the highest one so it doesn't all just fall out when you first put it in. There's a lot of steam and exhaust coming from the top. Another smart tip, count your scoops. Because if you need to know how many scoops you need to put in there, that helps you to know how much ice you're going to need. Nervous. Baby. You should get a second angle on your phone.
It feel cold.
So far, yeah, the ice is cold. I'm
Talking
trying to feel
about
it. It's a little warm right now, but I heard once it goes out, it gets cool. The moment we've been waiting for. The Nimbus launch. Ooh. Oh, yes. Yes. And I'm going to turn it down a little bit because that was a lot. Beautiful, beautiful, misty fall. Oh, man. So I put my part lights on the ground to get an effect with.
Oh, that's cute.
So this is a view with different type of lights. And again, great for first dances, grand entrances, even Halloween. And they said this is supposed to go for about 2 to 8 minutes, depending on how much dry ice you have. But that'll cover the floor for a while and at least be able to get that special moment that you're really trying to capture. So this is gorgeous. It's still going. Let me try a high burst again.
Yeah, do that. I'm gonna take it. Send it to me.
And the best part, like I got a fire detector here in the same room, and it's not going off. That's how you know it stays nice and low, pretty much to your shins. And it's just the effect you're looking for. The Nimbus by Chauvet 2020 DJ Black Soldier premiering it. And I'm excited to get this thing out now that I've seen how it goes. And that wasn't bad. I don't even have all the ice yet. So first time I really bring it out, I'm going to have the ice full to the tray. And that burst should be a whole nother level. But that was on point. There it is, the Nimbus in action. DJ Black Soldier. I'm super excited about it. And now I'm just gonna open. That boy's still boiling. Let me test it. Let me see what it level of wetness. I mean, it's wet, but it ain't like poured bucket of water wet. But this is, you know, it's still important.
Consider people gonna have heels and stuff on them.
Gotta be able to dry this thing. So yeah, I'll definitely make sure to warn them. A little moisture comes with it, but not an extreme moisture, but people should know. And as a professional, that's your job. Be courteous. So again, it's smart to have a dry mop that you can easily go over the floor. They got nice hardwood floors or pearl marble floors, whatever. So you can just get all that extra moisture, which isn't a lot, but just to be safe after the first dance. Really pick up all that. And there it is, DJ Black Soldier. Y'all got any comments or questions? Please feel free to leave them under the video. I'm here for y'all, and that's the premiere. Chauvet Nimbus. Y'all know how we do. Can't wait to bring it out. Stay locked.